Dear students, today I have conducted special revision lecture on module number 3, that is sustainability and role of businesses. So dear students, in this lecture I will detail discuss about what are the main points and sub points which I had covered. Okay, so in this our today's revision lecture. So dear students, you see in this module first I have discussed about what is the concept of sustainability. First you listen about the meaning of sustainability. In the dictionary, sustainability is the ability to be maintained at a certain rate or level. This is the meaning of sustainability given in the dictionary. The ability to be maintained at a certain rate or level, that means sustainability. For example, the sustainability of economic growth. Okay, this is particularly related to economical growth. But our subject is environmental management. Okay, in concern with environment, dear students, sustainability means avoidance of the depletion of natural resources in order to maintain an ecological balance. So here is clearly mentioned about, dear students, sustainability means avoidance of the depletion of natural resources in order to maintain ecological balance. Okay, and dear students, it pursues the global environmental sustainability. That's why everybody has to take care about the environment. Everybody has to avoid the depletion of natural resources. Then sustainability will be maintained there. Then, dear students, you listen about what is sustainability. Sustainability focuses on meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their needs. Okay, so that means sustainability. So particularly it is focused on to meet the needs of the present generation without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own needs. So that means it is a sustainability. Okay, present generation has to take care about the natural resources. They have to save some resources for the future generation to meet their needs. Okay, and the concept of sustainability is composed of three layers. Okay, so first is economic, second is environment, and third is social. Okay, it is also known as profit. It is related to economic, planet, it is related to environment, and people, it is related to society or social. Okay, so these are the three most important layers of sustainability. Okay, you see the co-relationship between these three players of the sustainability. You see, these are the three players: economic, environment, and society or social. Okay, so particularly, dear students, okay, economic, it is related to equitability. Okay. Then another viable. Okay. Then environment, it is also related to viable and variable. Okay. Social, it is also related to variable and equitability. And in between this, okay, variable, viable, and equitability. So there is found sustainability. Okay, here is the in middle of sustainability, and that which we have to achieve. And for the achievement of this sustainability, so everybody has to take care. Everybody has to carefully use the natural resources, save some for future generation to meet their own needs. Okay. In this diagram, you see in the sustainability, so environment, it is the most important part. Okay, and in the environment, human society is there, peoples are there, and people wanted to economical development. So that means economic comes here, and for economical development, we have to take, we have to use the resources from the environment. So that's why. So here is always found interaction in these three sectors or three players. Okay. After that, dear students, next you see concept of sustainable development. So dear students, development means growth or changes. Okay, so that kind of growth and changes particularly found in economical development. Okay, and for our economical development, we have to use the natural resources which found in the environment. When we use the resources and started the development, that means growth, so automatically changes will be occur there. So it is called as development. So it means, dear students, there is very close relationship between environment and development. Without environment, we can't be start our development. Okay, so we have to help from the environmental factors for our development. Then you listen, dear students, the definition of sustainable development, which is given in Brundtland report, which was published in 1987. So according to this Brundtland report, dear students, sustainable development can be defined as the development that meets the need of the present without compromising the needs of the future generation to meet their own needs. So dear students, you listen, in this definition, there is clearly mentioned about sustainable development. It is one kind of development. And in this development, present generation that meet the needs of the present without compromising, okay, the needs of future generation to meet their own needs. So it means, dear students, present generation, they have to take care, okay, about resources. They have to carefully use resources and save some resources for next generation to meet their needs, to fulfill their needs. That development, it is called as sustainable development according to this Brundtland report, which was published in 1987. Is it clear, dear students? Okay. So after that, dear students, next you see importance of sustainable development. Okay. So dear students, following are the points which reflect the need of the sustainable development. So these points are, first most important point is environmental issues, second is human capacity, third is cost of development, fourth is resource exploitation, and fifth is resource consumption. These are the points which reflect need for sustainable development. Okay, so it means, dear students, we have to take care about environment and environmental factors. Okay, so there should not be any degradation in the environment. We always try to solve the issues of the environment. Okay, then this sustainable development it will be possible. Then human capacity. Now at present, dear students, human capacity has increased. Okay, why the human capacity has increased? Okay, just you listen about that. Okay, so dear students, listen, the human capacity has increased so because of scientific and technological development. Because of scientific and technological development. Okay, and now day by day the new and modern technology is coming in market. Okay, and the capacity of the use of resources, okay, by this technology it is increases at a very rapid rate. That's why resources are exploited, resources are diminishing, okay, on the surface of the earth. So we should control on that. Then third most important, cost of development. Dear students, you listen. Okay. When we started the development and using the resources from the environment, there is create lots of environmental problems. And to solve that problem, okay, so we have to pay heavy cost, heavy price. It is called as the cost of development. Okay, so if you want to reduce this cost of development, we have to maximum use eco-friendly products. We have to follow the eco-friendly system. Okay, and it will be better for sustainable development. And then, dear students, resource exploitation. So exploitation of resources, particularly it is depend on technology. Technology is modern, okay, and which produce maximum production within a very short period of time. Automatically, resources will exploited at a very fast rate. When resources exploited at a very fast rate, its result, some of these resources lost from the environment and create problem for the next generation. So it should not be happen. So at the time of using the technology in the production system, we have to use very carefully. Then resource consumption, rate of consumption of the resources increases in most of the developed countries because of the lifestyle of the people. The lifestyle of the people of the developed countries is very high, okay, because their income is very high. When income is very high, okay, its result they are using maximum resources. If they are using maximum resources, okay, so behind the capacity, so it creates problem for the next generation. Okay, so resources will be lost from the environment. Okay, and if lost from the environment, so it is very dangerous situation for the next generation and their development. So that's why, dear students, we have to carefully handle all these situations for the sustainable development. Okay. So after that, dear students, then I have explained about that is goals of sustainable development. Goals of sustainable development. You see, these are the goals of sustainable development. Okay. Uh, which given by the United States of America's President Council. Okay. So first is create healthy environment. Second is sustain a healthy economy. Then third, protect and restore natural resources for current and future generation. Okay. Encourage people to work together to create healthy communities. Okay. Then another to listen, ensure equity and opportunity for economic, social, and environmental well-being. We move towards stabilization of world population, take lead in developing and carrying out sustainable development policies. It should be globally. So these are the goals of the sustainable development, okay, which are given by United States of America's President Council. Okay, and everybody has to try, okay, to achieve this goal for our sustainable development. Okay. After that, dear students, I had provided questions for your home assignment on that topic. That was define sustainable development and explain its importance. Second was what are the major goals of sustainable development. Okay. So then, dear students, next point, that is concept of sustainable development. So you see, this is the concept, that is development, okay, growth and changes, and this is the definition which given by Bertland report, okay, in a 1987. Okay, sustainable development can be defined as the development that meets the needs of the present generation without compromising the needs of the future generation to meet their own needs. Okay, it means as per that Bertland report and this definition, so dear students, present generation has to take care about the existing resources and save some resources for next generation and their development. Okay. Then dear students, you see, okay, components of sustainable development. Components of sustainable development. So dear students, these are the components. These are the components of sustainable development. Okay, first is social component, economic component, and environmental component. Okay, so this is the social component, this is environment component, and this is economic component. Okay, and in between, in middle, there is found sustainability. Okay, so particularly environment, it is viable and variable. Okay, economy, it is particularly related to viable and equitable. Okay, and social, it is related to a variable and equitable. Okay, so these are the components, okay, of sustainable development. Okay, after that, dear students, next you see social components. It include basic elements. These are workers health and safety. Second is impact on local communities, okay, quality of life. Then benefits to disadvantaged groups. And political indicators are, sorry, potential indicators are, that is percentage of school children who receive higher education, a number of homeless people, population distribution across geographical region, okay, crime statistic by age, sex, and types of crimes, and percentage of people living below poverty line. So these are the some of these potential indicators, okay, to identify the social condition of the people. Okay. Then economic components. Economic components, dear students, is include Okay, basic elements are a creation of new markets and opportunities for sale growth. Okay, then another second most important basic element, that is cost reduction through efficiency improvement and reduce energy and raw material inputs. Reduce energy and raw material inputs. Okay. The next, creation of additional values. Creation of additional values. So these are the, dear students, economic components of the sustainable development. The next, potential indicators. The economic components of the sustainable development, that is continuous improvement in economic well-being. Next is creation of new market for the growth of sales. And next, investment in infrastructure, goods and services. Greater economic equality. An efficient use of renewable resources. The improvement of efficiency in production to reduce cost of production. Reduction in energy use and raw material inputs. Reduction in international trade barriers and development of green businesses. So these are the some of these potential indicators which we can use, okay, for sustainable development. Okay. Then, dear students, next, environmental components. Environmental components, its basic elements are, first most important is reduction in waste. Okay. Then effluent generation. Then emission into environment, particularly the greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide, okay, chlorofluorocarbon, that is CFC, okay, carbon monoxide, then methane. So these are the gases which are emission in the atmosphere, okay, which we have to control on that, okay, to solve the global warming problem and greenhouse effect problem. Then reduce impact on human health, then use of renewable raw materials, then eliminate of toxic substances. Okay. And some of these potential indicators are, first most important potential indicator is, that is renewal of energy, materials and food resources. Reduction in environmental impacts. And third, accountability and responsibility of environmental decision makers. The next, sharing of important information on global environmental changes. There are lots of changes which occur at present in the environment. What kind of changes which occur in the environment? That information which we have to share with the people. Then people will be aware, okay, and they will be take care about their environment. Then transparency in planning process to restore ecological balance. Okay, so these are the potential indicators which we can use for environment component. Okay, on that point, so dear students, this was the home assignment question. Define sustainable development and explain its various components. Okay, so after that, dear students, next most important point which I had discussed, okay, that is environmental impact assessment. Environmental impact assessment, that is also called as EIA. EIA. So that means environmental impact assessment. Okay. So dear students, the assessment is possible positive or negative impact, okay, that a proposed project may have on environment, considering natural, social, and economical aspects. Okay. So dear students, according to International Association of Impact Assessment, that is IAIA, the process of identifying, predicting, evaluating, and mitigating the biophysical, social, and other relevant effects of development. Okay, and uh, proposals prior to major decision being taken and commitment made. Okay, so that is called as environmental impact assessment. ये क्या है? Environmental impact assessment की process है. So in that process, dear students, we are identifying, we are predicting, we are evaluating, we are mitigating the biophysical, social, okay, and other relevant, okay, effects of development and proposals prior to, okay, major decision being taken and commitment made. Okay, that means environmental impact assessment. Okay, and environmental impact assessment began to be used in 1960 as a part of rational decision making process. Okay, and it involves in technical evaluation that would lead the objective decision making. Environmental impact assessment was made legislation, okay, in the United States, uh, in the National Environmental Policy Act, okay, which was passed in 1969. Okay. After that, dear students, next you see the main aspects in environmental impact process. First is screening, second is scoping, and third is prediction and mitigation, fourth is management and monitoring, and fifth is auditing. Okay, these are the main aspects of environmental impact assessment. In the screening, dear students, okay, it often result in a categorization of the project, and the firms, this decision is made on whether or not a full environmental impact assessment is to be carried out. Okay, so this is included in screening. And in the scoping, dear students, it is the process of determining which are the most critical issues to study and will involve community participation to some degree, and it is at this early stage that environmental impact assessment can most strongly influence the outline proposal. Okay, so whatever outline proposal is made, okay, so you have to achieve, okay, all that things for that purpose. So this environmental impact assessment is required. Okay, then dear students, detailed prediction and mitigation. Studies follow scoping and are carried out in a parallel with feasibility studies. Okay, and the main output report is called, okay, an environmental impact statement, and contains the detailed plan for managing and monitoring environmental impacts, okay, both during and after implementation. Okay. And finally, dear students, an of the environmental impact assessment process is carried out sometime after implementation, and the audit serves a useful feedback and learning functions. Okay, so these are the most important, okay, aspects of environmental impact assessment. So regarding that, I had already explained, okay, in the lecture in detail. Okay, then in India, dear students, you see, okay, the Ministry of Environment and Forest, okay, is the agency for environmental clearance. If necessary, it may consult a committee or expert with composition specified in a Schedule 3 of notification. Okay, so as per that, everybody has to, okay, uh, follow the procedure of environmental impact assessment. Okay, and the main laws in India, these are Water Act 1974, Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972, okay, Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1981, okay, Environment Protection Act 1981. So these are some of these acts, okay, which are passed by our government for the protection of environment. Okay. And the responsible body for this is Central Pollution Control Board. Okay. And now in the states, there is also established State Pollution Control Board. They are helping to central. Okay. And the project prominent is responsible for the protection of environmental impact assessment, okay, with the help of external consultant or institution. External consultant and institution. Okay. And dear students, the amount allocated and spent for the preparation of environmental impact assessment, okay, by the project prominent are usually, okay, extremely low compared to the overall project cost, okay, often less than 1% of overall projects. Okay. After that, dear students, a drawback in Indian system. So these are the drawbacks. Okay, first is lack of timely available and reliable and authentic environmental data has been a major uh, bottleneck in achieving the full benefits of environmental impact assessment. And second is the environment being a multidisciplinary subject and a multitude of agencies, okay, is involved in collection of environmental data. Now, to provide reliable data, environmental impact assessment, just 1 minute, dear students, I will share attendance link in your chat box. Okay, everybody has to give your attendance. Okay, all of you give your attendance very fast, dear students. Okay, so these are the some of these drawbacks of the environmental impact assessment in India. Then benefits of environmental impact assessment. So regarding that, I had detail explained, okay, at the time of teaching this topic to you. Okay, hey, dear students, so this is most important assessment technique. Okay, and its implementation, it should be very strict for the management of environment. Okay, then I had detail discuss about, dear students, ISO. Okay, ISO 14,000. This is another one most important, okay, environmental management technique. Okay, international standard organization. Okay, it has developed different series, and dear students, uh, according to that series, okay, everybody has to follow the rules and regulations, and they practice their businesses. Okay, so through that they are trying to maintain the standard of the products. Okay, the benefits standards are useful to international trade because different standards can create trade barriers. Then standards provide clear references that are recognized, okay, internationally. Standards, okay, facilitate trade through enhanced product quality and reliability, and ISO cover, okay, wide variety of standards. Okay, that's why it is another one most important environmental management tool and technique. So regarding that, I had discussed in model number 3. Is it clear, dear students? So this was the revision of module number 3 in our syllabus. Okay. So